Don, hey, congratulations on it. The upcoming second part of the new season of Chucky.
Thank you.
That must be a relief to get this out pretty soon for us.
Yes, it's been a weird year, with the double strikes, which everyone we were impacted by that, of course, and we got shut down. So yeah, it's nice to finally be here and to be able to deliver the back half of the season so that fans can see how everything plays out.
So tell us about Chucky's journey now, because I feel like he's transforming himself as with the cliffhanger, and he's getting this sense of fear of death.
Yes. I think one of the things I think that people value about the Chucky franchise is that over the years, we've really explored Chucky's character. We've explored his domestic life, his marriage, his relationship to his queer kid. We've been with him through all kinds of ups and downs that I think are relatable on a human level that maybe we don't really see with other horror monsters so much. So that's I think that's something that people like about Chucky. So now that Chucky's been around for so long, he's been around for 35 years and counting, it just seemed interesting and fun to have him start to deal with issues that we as people deal with, with fear, the notion of our mortality and how that can be looming, or fears about irrelevance, that sometimes we can feel as we age. And Chucky, of course, is now operating in a world where there are pretenders to his killer doll throne with Megan and Annabelle and the boy and, things like that. So I think it's just, you got to make it about something, and I think with Chucky, we just, try to give him really relatable issues. And of course, Chucky's response to the challenges of life is always violence. So I think, one of the things that fans have to look forward to is knowing that Chucky lashes out when faced with a challenge. Now he's facing the biggest challenge of his life and career, which is that he's dying. What's he going to do on his way out?
You brought up a good point on the other killer dolls out there where they're creating their own franchises. How do you feel about them and all these memes about, crossovers possibly one day into other universes?
I mean, I think it would be really fun. I mean, I think the notion of somewhere down the line, Chucky and Megan meeting up, and what would Tiffany's response to that be? You know, I like Chucky himself. I have had to deal with the appearance on the scene of these other characters. There have been, obviously, I didn't create the idea of a killer doll. We've seen killer dolls before Chucky, but now we're seeing these new ones. And so how do you deal with that? How you have to find your place in the world, and you have to sometimes struggle to reconcile, you know am I top dog anymore? And if I'm not, what do I do about that? How do I respond to that? So that's something that I, as a writer, a producer, director, am dealing with, and I've just sort of laid that at Chucky's doorstep, and now he's dealing with it.
And I have to ask because I didn't ask you before, because I know last season you brought Catholicism into the world of Chucky, and this season you're mocking the timing of us being in an election year, mocking politics in the White House and so on. So tell us, do you hate politics yourself, or you just
Do I
love?
hate politics? No, no. I mean, I'm scared by our political situation and what's going on in our country and in the world. I think, we're in a unusually scary time. I think there's a lot of volatility in the world. So I think that doing a bit of the Chucky brand zany satire, zany but pointed satire about politics seem, that's juicy stuff.
Most excellent. And what do we expect for the rest of the season?
Well, of course, while we're seeing Chucky deal with his own mortality and imminent death, at the same time, Tiffany is on death row in Texas, so she's having her own existential crisis. How are they going to respond to that? What are they going to do? How's it going to play out? We have that to look forward to, and at the same time, we have to look forward to the evolving romance between Jake and Devon. Now they're getting older; they're almost 18. They're ready to take their romance to the next level. But, as we all know in real life, sometimes the path to romantic happiness can get interrupted by all kinds of things. And in the case of Jake and Devon, it's often Chucky. It's like, oh God, this devil doll. This just like keeps interrupting us. And, we're just trying to have sex. So we have that to look forward to. Lexy has her own evolving new relationship with the character Grant, the president's son. So all of these things are going to be dealt with, and of
Well,
course, lots of good kills.
that is true. Some of us like to see those kills. So, Don, thank you very much. Can't wait to see how you create the twists and turns for the rest of this Chucky season.
Thank you.
And it's an exciting time. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.